We're making chicken snack wraps and these are 393 calories, 9 grams of fat and 33 grams of protein per wrap. All of the ingredients are in front of me, there really isn't much to it, and most of the herbs and spices you probably already have, so it makes it nice and cheap.
Now what I have here is 600 grams or 1.3 pounds of chicken tenderloins, and we want to remove that tendon that runs through it. It is optional, you don't have to remove it, but I am going to show you an easy way to do so, and they're not very nice to eat. So what we want to do is place the prongs of a fork through that tendon, make sure that it's sticking out the top, and then we're going to use some clean kitchen towel. Pull up with the towel and push down with the fork, and you're going to remove that tendon in one clean piece without breaking up the chicken too much. And it does take a little bit of practice and elbow grease, but once you get it, it's super easy. Once you have the tendonless tenderloins, add them to a bowl and add in 1.5 teaspoons each of onion and garlic powder and smoked paprika, a teaspoon of chili flakes which are optional, and salt and cracked black pepper, 20 cracks worth. Mix it around with clean hands, there's no need for oil, and make sure everything is nicely combined and not stuck together, and we can put this aside for the time being. In this tray is 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of Panko breadcrumbs. You can use regular breadcrumbs or even cornflakes. And to this, add in 1 teaspoon each of onion powder, garlic powder, and smoked paprika. And I'm also adding in half a teaspoon of chili powder. This stuff's quite hot, so I am only adding a smaller amount. And again, it's completely optional. Mix that all around, make sure that there's no clumps and everything's nicely combined. And it's probably easier to use your hands here, but I don't really want that chili on my fingers. Into a clean bowl, add in 2 whole eggs. You can put these onto a tray if you prefer, and then whisk and break up those yolks, making sure that it's nice and creamy. You can also add a touch of milk here as well if you prefer, but I like to keep it with the 2 eggs. And then what we need to do is just place our chicken into that egg wash, mix it all around, make sure everything's nicely coated, and then just pat off any excess. Transfer it over to the seasoned panko breadcrumbs, regular breadcrumbs or cornflakes, whichever you decided to use, and pat these down, making sure that everything is nicely coated, and make sure that there's no hidden areas where the breadcrumbs may not have gotten to. Shake off any excess, and we now have all of this chicken ready to be cooked. I decided I'm going to use the air fryer and the oven so that we can compare the two. With this, I've lightly sprayed the bottom of the air fryer as well as the top of the chicken and placed that in. We're setting it to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit and cooking for about 14 minutes. For the oven method, line a baking tray with parchment paper and spread the chicken out, not touching each other. Again, lightly spray it with some cooking oil, and then we're placing it into a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit as well. And this time we're going to cook it for about 16 to 18 minutes. Now in the meantime, we can prepare our fillings. What I have here is 1 baby romaine lettuce or cos lettuce. Chop it up into those nice thin ribbons, stopping at the root. And I recommend washing it after you've chopped it. That way it's so much easier to clean, and then just allow it to drain whilst we do everything else. I'm also using 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of cheddar cheese, running it along the larger side of a box grater. And you can use a different type of cheese, or you don't have to use cheese at all. That's all up to you. For the sauce, add 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of mayonnaise or Greek yogurt into a bowl. Add in 1 teaspoon or 10 grams of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of dried or fresh dill. Add in a pinch of salt to taste and cracked black pepper, 5 cracks worth. Mix it all together, make sure everything's combined, mainly concentrating on that dill and Dijon mustard. And you can leave it in the bowl to save dishes if you prefer, or if you have a squeezy bottle, I highly recommend putting it in that. And just make sure you scrape the bowl so we don't have any waste. Place it on a lid and then store this in the fridge until we're ready to serve. Now with the chicken cooked, on our right we have the oven baked, and then on the left we have the air fried. You can see there's a little bit of difference in color, they're both cooked the exact same. To assemble, I'm using small tortillas. You can use regular sized ones and placing down the cheese. If you want to melt it, you can do so in the oven or even with a blowtorch. Place down the washed lettuce and then start placing that chicken over the top. You might only get 1 in the wraps, or you can add 2, that choice is all yours. And then start drizzling over that mayonnaise or sauce that we made before, or any sauce of your choice really. And it only feels right to add over a little bit more cracked black pepper. That then leaves us with our chicken snack wraps. The macros are here for 1 single wrap, and the full written recipe as well as the remaining nutrition is listed in the description.
So there we have it, our simple chicken snack wraps, incredibly easy to make. Change them up, make them your own, use different sauces, different fillings. You can even store the chicken before it's cooked or after it's cooked and then just assemble them fresh. But other than that, there is only one thing left to do, and that is of course, we can then dig in.